wish you good luck, high scoring. Remember, you are playing for the top 8 place after these 3 games. Left go left, right go right. And I will collect your score sheets after 2 games again. So good luck, high scoring.
Right, and we are back for qualifying session 2 of the Resdev Masters. Then 16 made it through. It will go down to 8 from here. It is very quiet. You see then Colin Gross starting with a strike. Frank leaving the 10 pin. Leader Paul Hewitt here on lane 20 to see what he can do. He starts off with a strike as well. So does Cliff Dew. Think he's about 6 in the rankings. If you wanted to see where people finished in the top 16, obviously scores carry over. Did post it on the social media on our Facebook page. Right in the ditch to see it there. Steve Coates leaving the 6 pin there on lane 20. So in there then, getting a strike as well. 2 starts, so quite a few people starting off with strikes then. Paul Hewitt there makes it 2 from 2 then. Starting off well in this second qualifying session is Paul. So the format then for this 3-game stretch, as you see Colin Gross make it 2 from 2 as well. 3-game stretch, obviously 16 down to 8. Scores will be collected after the first 2 games and obviously after the third as well. So we'll let you know where people are stood after 2, and then after the third one we'll post on Right in the Ditch on Facebook, so you'll be able to see it there. And then from that it will be the top 8 to go through. First will play 8th, second will play 7th, third will play 6th, and so on until we make the final 4. Then from that, the top 4 will play on a single pair of lanes, play 1 game, 4th will drop out, play the next game, and 3rd will drop out, and then you'll be left with the top 2, the final of which obviously the winner will be crowned the Resdev Master for 2022. Gross trying to go for 3 for 3, gets a 3rd strike on the bounce here. This could be a pair to keep an eye on. 1st and 2nd place on it. You see Paul now trying to match Colin, couldn't do it though. Slightly wide on that shot. Gets a 7, so as we look here there's a sleeper. Around that the 8 pin must have stayed. You see there, Ian Holland's picking up his spare as well as Paul Hewitt. Paul Hewitt. Then can he bounce back from that 7 spare? Goes wide again. Completely missing the head pin this time. On line 22. Just look at the way that the pins smash as soon as the ball hits them. Unreal. Absolute unreal.
I didn't mean that.
Area check.
And Gross going left on that one. Ball hooking back more than he was expecting. Into a pick up 8. Oh no, it's 7. There's an 8 pin behind there as well, isn't there? Yep. He's after 2, 8, 10 there. I'll do well to spare this. Andy Gillespie getting in last minute from the final 2 games. It's a strike there, does Andy. Keeps it clean, and it's a good spare there from Colin Gross. It was commentator's curse. I said he'll do well to spare it, and that's what he's done.
That in your book of space. Yeah. That'd be long enough.
It's like at the ISBT the other weekend. Well, Ellis spared the 2-8-10. Yeah.
I think he did that in Malta, Steve James.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something you should be celebrating, no sparing the 2-8-10. You should be leaving it, really, shouldn't you?
No, you shouldn't, but let's face it, it's that close to the 2-8 and you've got an easy spare anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah. But let's see what Cliff can do here then, before we jump over to the other camera and have a look at what the other 2 pairs of lanes are getting on with. Heavy on the head pin that time from Cliff. So go over to the other camera then. Jeff Brown on this pair of lanes, about to step up to bowl as well. 2.79 from Jeff before in the first qualifying rounds. As you see there, Jeff pick up another strike there on the cards. And well, 6 spare in his second frame, but away from that, 3 strikes, making up the 4 frames. Jeff slipped off a little bit in his final 2, finishing 7th overall.
Good drop.
Surren still keeping it perfect. By the sounds of it, he must have got lucky. You see Nev there, nice strike from him off the back of his open the frame before. You see Frosty there picking up a single pin. Kevin Land then going for that 10 pin. That needs to be struck off, bouncing out the gutter. As Caval Orange does the same, puts it in the gutter as well. As it's got to that time of day, has it? Around 2 o'clock, all the notifications coming in for all the football matches. As you see there, Gary Barlow, 3rd after the first bit of qualifying, gets another strike on the cards. It's a double for him off the 4 frames. There's Jeff there again, bouncing back, gets another strike. That's a turkey for him. And Selwyn sat behind his lane, and I've not heard the Selwyn gobble. I'm a bit disappointed in that. He'll be asleep in a minute. Well, I'm surprised Ian's still awake, to be fair. So am I, but you're not the only one. You're not the only one that's struggling. I'm really tired. Orange and Frosty bowling pretty much identical times. Frosty, nice strike. Carroll leaves the 5-7. We'll watch Kev Lamb's shot and then we'll go back over to the other carrot. Nice strike there from Kev. We'll go over to the other camera then. So watch him here as he's got the first 4 on lane 21. Bright orange shirt, bottom of camera here. You can see is let Andy Gillespie go first. Andy Gillespie gets a strike. Now that is what Surrey is after here. We potentially see the second 300 on riding the ditch. Might be jumping a bit to conclusions after this, after 4 on Ebe and leaves the 2 at the 310 then. There we go. The Selwyn Gobble comes in for Keith on the other camera. You see then, so picking up that spare nicely, so we got over to the other camera and see what Jeff can do here. He gets the members bounce off the side of the wall there. He manages to pick up that spare. Gary Barlow there nearly picking up the 510. Looking at from Garrett. And that's currently sat in 3rd place. And that's a 5-pin left on lane 23. You can see Carroll Orange indicating that there on camera and up in the air. Never in doubt there from Martin Clements, picking up the spare nicely. You see Frosty doing the same on line 25 then. Keeping it clean is Frosty. Not getting the carry, but it's spares that make the cut. As if you've seen on the comments, Paul Oberman saying that over on Facebook after seeing that 16 through to 19 there was only 2 pins in it, and that's what it is. Spares will make the cut. It was unlucky for Jan Hodge who lost out because she had less pinfall on scratch than what Steve Coates did. Hence the reason why Steve Coates is in and Jan Hodge isn't. There's a 5-pin left here on lane 24. Carroll Orange, who on the shot previous on 23, put her hand up to Martin Clements, who left one. Now could Carroll rue her words for putting her hand up a couple of seconds ago. Just being told she's already missed one this morning. She must have been off camera at the time. She was never missing that one though. Kevin Lamb 25, nice strike again from Kev. That's a turkey on the card for him. That 10-pin through him could be proved costly. Not one that he missed where but the ball bounced out the gutter because Kevin Lamb at the moment is the 8th place player. He's the one that has the target on his back. $12.95 the cut. He's very much all to play for. We're saying that the cut for the previous one was $12.02. 3 games. Only realistically need to be picking up 33 pins on the person, and you could see yourself into that top 8 after qualifying 16th. See then, Keith Hodge on 25. That arm outstretched at the foul line. Things we love to see. And she says as he walks off the lane, if that didn't fall, I would have been disappointed. Obviously, we didn't see the reaction of the pins because of the height restrictions that I've got to the cameras due to the lights that you can see top of the shot. See there, Nev Robinson unlucky not to get that 7 pin to fall over. To the latter stages then of this first game from the second qualifying of the Resdev Masters. 16 down to 8, don't forget. Coming into the 8 frames on near enough every lane then. And I've just seen, I don't know if anybody's watching that's into the football, but top half of the table now includes more than half the teams, according to Sky Sports. Hence the little chuckle. That's like this top 16 going down to 8 and me saying that the top 9's the top half of the table. Don't agree with that one. Martin Clementson, can he pick up this single 3 pin easy as you like? Oh. Right then, back after sorting the cameras out, as you see. Surren nearly picking up that nice spare there. So close. It was nearly one of the ones for the highlights that. Common Gross there, just leaving the 10 pin. He's wide from Steve Coates. How he managed to get that one back. I'll tell you what, that was proper ditch bowling, that there. Nice strike then from, and it's another 5 left from Martin Clements. He's definitely trying to. He's trying to buy a round, isn't he? He's trying. It's his 3rd time in this game that he's left the 5-pin.
He's due to get a payout anyway, so we might as well spend it on a drink.
Right then, Martin Clements. Let's see if he can pick up the 5-pin for the 3rd time. Oh, it's squeaky bum time. Oh.
Pressure, no pressure.
So we're halfway to the bar is what the shouts were. Watch Keith Hodge then. Asking the ball to hold a little bit too much there, meaning he will leave that big split in what is his 10th frame as well. Could that proving costly? Come the end of the 3rd game, you can see Carol Orange there leaving that single 8-pin. Jeff Brown getting a nice little bounce out the guts to take that 7-pin away. Starting his 10th. Oh, nearly from Keith there. Let's see if Nev then can pick up this 4-5 in spare. Easy as you like. Straight in the gap. That's like textbook way of sparing that. How are we looking scores point of view then? Finish for Keith Hodge. Finished with a 200 exactly. Jeff also on 200, but he's got the chance to make it a 201 if he spares this single pin, which he does. That means that Jeff will finish on a 201 then.
Oh, good nine.
Oh. There's a cracking shot there from Martin Clements there. Picking up a good split spare there. As they enter the 10th frame. He's finished for Colin Gross. He gets a 200. Paul, who's just above him with a 171, so that's 29 pins that Colin has picked up on him there. And potentially finish as the top seed in this one. It's still 2 games left to go. It's finished for Frank Lindsay. He's got 150. Cliff Dew a 184. Couple of splits for Cliff. Pretty much his 4 there. One in the 7th, one in the 10th. Finish for Frosty then, as you've just seen, 182 for him. You see Carol there, unlucky not to take the 7-pin out. Kev rolling up and 2 pins, picks it up nicely. Does Kev. Means he will finish on a 212. And for saying he's the one with a target on his back, he's going to probably set the high score for this game. He's putting the pressure on them below him. try and get into that top 8 with putting a 2-12 on the cards. But as we said, 2 games left to play, so anything could happen, and it is really tight up there, as it looks like. There's a 5-pin left there from Surrey, so we'll go over to the other camera. As you can see, lane 22, 5-pin left there. Andy Gillespie though, let's see what he can do with this spare. Picks up 3 of the 4, he was unlucky there not to pick them all up. Andy Gillespie then finishes with a 202. Cavill Orange finished with a 151. Dev Robertson finished with a 193. Obviously you've got age bonuses and handicaps to go on top of that. And women's bonus as well. Surrey finishes with a 192 then. Never missing the 5-pin was he. So we'll go back to the other camera then. Watch Martin Clements then finish with his 10th frame. And Gary Barlow as well with him. There's Clem there. Picks up the 10-pin nicely. Gary Barlow there then picking up the spare nice as well. So they both have 1 shot left of this first game of the second qualifying. Clem there getting a 9 with his last shot means he will finish with a 181 then. And it's 7 for Gary, which means he will have a 199 then to start his second qualifying round. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. And off the scores that we had up before, where if there's any movement around that 8th spot position then. So as we said before, 12.97 was the mark. Kevlan was the one that did it. He thrown a 2.12 in though. Jeff, who's just above him in 7th, threw a 2.01. One of the better scores as well that was in that first game, so it struggled for people to get in the top 8.
He's always pulling my leg, that geezer, I tell you. I never know when to believe him.
Oh. Oh, Emily, if you're still watching that screenshot that you've sent us, oh, that is amazing. The spare in his first game here. That is class. Seeing that, my sister said. Just took a screenshot of the live stream, stuck in my dad's face. Right then, it started over the other side then. Hank Livesey picking up a spare to start his second game. Struggled in his first, only the 150 odd in his first game. I think it might have actually been 150 from Frank. Key Fudge then. Lane 20. Leaves the 7-pin. Let's see what Carol Orange can do then. The marquee font supported player. Puts it in the pocket nicely, but leaves the 10-pin there, does Carol. Fudge picking up the 7 pin nicely there. Is the left hander, as you see. Paul Hewitt getting a strike to start his second game. Trying to keep hold of that first place in the seedings is Paul. And if you start with a strike, that is the best way to go about it. What was the difference between first and second? It was 24 pins in it, and I think there was 29 in that first game, which means that we've had a shift at the top of the scores after that first game. Means that Colin Gross has gone above Paul Hewitt there, leading by 5 pins. As you see there, Martin Clements leaving the 10 pin. Go over then to the other camera to watch Andy Gillespie then, the Scotsman, bowling on lane 24. Let's see what Andy can do here. Leaves the 7 pin. And Colin Gross then on lane 26. Brand new marquee phone supported. Player top there from him. At lean back, the fist pump. Everything that you like to see from Colin when he knows he's bowled a good ball. You see Nev Robinson there getting a strike himself. Andy Gillespie picking up his spare there as well. And then can Gary make it 2 from 2 here? 2 top hits from Gary Barlow then. We see if Cliff Dew can bounce back from his open in the first frame then. Yep. Was never really in doubt. Big puff of the cheeks from Cliff after that one. Jeff Brown there. Nice strike from him. Colin Gross, and let's see what he can do on lane 25. That was a bit too long on it. God knows what that means. You just seeing there on camera. As you see Nev making it 3 from 3. The man from Bromborough Ball. You see then Kevlan. Let's see what he can do. Leaves the 7 pin, does Kev. Pulls it, leaves, takes out the 3, leaves the 10 pin. Gary Barlow makes it 3 from 3 here. Ian Hollandson bouncing back from his open in the second frame with a strike. Doing what Colin couldn't do at the shot before. Ian just didn't want to get hung again on that pair. The rest of them had strikes first 2 frames. Colin bounces back though nicely, points up towards the bowling on towards the pins just to say, there we go. Now's the words, wow. So obviously he must have found something there. Cliff Dew then leaves the 9 pin Or just didn't want to wheel back into the pocket, really. You see Nev Robinson now, 4 from 4 from Nev. Looking for that push, potentially to make it into the top 8. You see Ian Holland again with another strike, walking it out. Yeah, enough on lane 28 after that one. Can Gary match Nev? Yes, Gary can. We've got to stick with this. Yeah, Nev still perfect after 4 frames. Got Jeff as well on lane 23, 24. He's perfect after 3. So we're gonna have to stick with this camera. Andy Gillespie then. Let's see what Andy can do. Leaves the 10 pin. Nev, can he make it 5? Slightly light on that one, meaning he will only pick up the 7. Leaves the 2, 4, 8. You see Colin Gross with another strike there in the 5th, looking for a real push to get that top spot off Paul Hewitt. Andy picking up his spare. Can Nev do the same? Yes, he can. Right, well, let's see what Ian Hollands can do there. Straight through 2 pin. It's the reason why he only picked up 6 there. As you see then, Cliff G. Let's see what he can do here. Leaves the 7 pin. If you overheard any bad language there to my left, I do apologise. You see then Jeff Brown can't make it 4 from 4 from him, loses that perfect streak. As you see Ian Holland's completely missing the head pin on both shots, 2 attempts at it, still misses the head pin, takes out the other 9. Cliff Tube picks up the 7 pin then, as you watch Colin Gross and see what he can do. 7 pin just doesn't want a 4 from there. Jeff then left of this, but manages to pick it up anyway. Definitely must have been a plastic, because I wasn't confident on that one. Gary made it 5 from 5 the shot before. I don't know if I picked that one up on commentary, but yeah, 5 from 5 from Gary. He's still perfect here. 25, 26. That's the reason why we're sticking with this camera. We can't really switch over to the other one when someone's on for a perfect game, can we now? So watch Andy Gillespie then picking a strike up. There's a bit of singing from Selwyn. Singing about the fact that Andy Gillespie's a 1-lane bowler. Oh. And you see Nev Robinson then only picking up the 7 pin after he tried to get all 3 there. Let's see what Gary can do then. First 5 from Gary. Can he make it the first 6? Falls nicely, asking for it, doesn't want to fall. He's slightly light. Just didn't want to get a mix. As you watch there, Gary. Jeff, sorry. Picking up another strike. Now he's already had 279. He had that 7 spare, so can he get a 277? Wait and see what Jeff can do on that one. You watch Cliff Dew perfectly back into the pockets. Again, here's Cliff. Nice strike from him. Watch then Gary Barlow picking up that single pin spare. So now there's nobody that's on for a clean game over here. We'll go to the other camera then and see what is going on over here. Surren getting a strike. Struggling a little bit in this game. 2 opens already from Surren after a decent start from him in the first. You see Keith Hodge miss his spare as well, meaning he'll open his 6th frame. Watch Martin Clements see what he can do. Nice strike from Martin, makes it a turkey after 5 frames there. 2 9 spares to start and then 3 on the bounce. Frosty then, lane 19. He's a 5-7. A lot of people leaving that today. Seems to be a popular leave. Steve Coates there on, on 22. Strange leave that 4, 6, 10. Unlucky there from Frosty. Just can't convert. At 5-7 would have been pretty well to convert it, to be fair. Wait to see what Keith Hodge can do here. He brought the high roll max out again. I don't know. One of my better balls as well. I do like the high roll max. Rolled pretty well with it here. That time when I was pacing for the senior nationals event. As you see, Keith picked up that strike and so does Frankie then. Paul Hewitt with just the 8 coming off the back of an open in his 5th frame. The man that was leading it coming into this second qualifying session. If my calculations are correct from that first game, he would have dropped down to 2nd after Colin Gross picked up 29 pins on him in that first game. Frosty gets a strike in his 7th frame, bouncing back from his 8 split miss. Paul picking up his spare though nicely, and Surren there getting a strike on lane 19. That's a double for him. Franklin on lane 20, coming off the back of a double. Let's see what he can do. Avalovich going for a spare as well. A 7 pin that Carroll does spare. Frank leaves the 10 pin. And it's a nice strike there from Steve Coates on lane 21. From Hank Livesey then on 20. Then from Keith Hodge. Soren there apologising to the lane for bowling a pretty bit of a ball pass. Right, Frosty there, leaving the 9-pin, not happy with that one. Was Mike for that 9-pin still to stay up. Soren picking up his spare nicely. We'll go over to the other camera because they're in the 9th frame on 25-26, coming towards the end of it. Obviously, pretty good run of strikes from the 4 players, hence the reason why they're ahead of pretty much every other lane. We see Cliff Dew leave the 10-pin then on lane 24. Bit there for Colin Gross, easily taken. Can Nev do the same then? From Cliff Dew, a wobble. I have to say it was close. See Ian Hollandson picking up a strike as well. Right, Gabby Barlow still on for that 279. Let's see what it can do. He's still on for a 279. He's gonna. He's after matching Jeff from this morning's session.
He's after me.
He's after matching the scores. And then 10th frame it is, line 25 and 26. It's coming to the end as well on 19 and 20, so I'll give you the score updates once they've finished as well. Over there, as you see Nev Robinson start off his 10th frame, way everybody wants to start it off with a strike. 201 on the cards for him at the moment, potential of a 221. Colin Gross, let's see what he can do. Strikes as well to start off his 10th frame. 192 on the cards, potential of a 212. Oh no, it's the camera wants to play. Play up, we've got 20 seconds to watch Nev here. We'll switch to the other camera and then we'll switch right back once I've sorted it out. Nev leaves the 10-pin, right. Let's do this dead quick. Oh. The miss. Technology, eh? Never runs right. There's a nice 10-pin spare then from Nev Robinson, meaning he will finish with a 211. Good game from him. So we watch Colin Gross then go for his spare. Only can pick up one of them. He will finish with a 201. Nice steady par score from Cole. Yep, 279 potential. He's after beating Jeff from this morning. Yeah, matching him anyway. Matching you. You know what I mean? Oh!
Just like yours, Jeff. Went home. I didn't see that. You didn't see that, did you? I did actually. I saw the 3 in the 10th.
Oh, Selwyn. What a spare! What a spare! Kev Lamb. Selwyn's comment there about Gary saying he had jam sandwiches for Inge. Proper jammy butter. Let's see what he can do here then. Can he continue? Rev's just disappeared. He's never coming back with the Revs that was on the ball there. But I tell you what, they'll finish on with a 260 odd game here, and you're going to take them all day long. Picks up that 3 minute, he will finish with a 264 then. Does Gary. Ian with his last shot of this second game, of the second qualifying round, gets the strike to finish. He'll only get a 179 though. Struggled a little bit in that game, did Ian. So we'll go back over to the other camera then. Let's see what we've got over here. They're coming to the ends on 19 and 20. Frank Livesey with a 249, good game from him. Bouncing back from his 150 the game before, meaning he's probably on about par score now for his second qualifying round. Keith Hodge on finished with a 168. They've had enough practice at it. You see then, Surrey with a 176. Both in the 9th frame, then 21 through to 24. Carol Orange left the 4, could only pick up 3. He's an hard spare, 2 spare that one, to be fair. Steve Coates starting his 10th, oh no, that was his 9th frame, setting up his 10th frame nicely, but struggled quite a bit in this game as Steve. Bottom qualifier, finished in 16th spot, did Steve Coates as well, 120-28. Then his strike to go on, so effectively he's on 138. Potential though of adding another 50 pins onto that score. Paul Hewitt looks like he struggled a little bit in this game. More than likely gonna give up that top spot. Paul at the moment 165 at the with that 7 there. Potential of a 178 if he spares this and gets the strike. So that's another 30 pins that he would have lost on second place. The spare then from Paul. Come on. Come on, Leeds. We need you to do us a favour, really. And it'd be nice if Newcastle get a result against United. 0-0 at the moment. Yeah, no. Oops.
Chelsea are beaten.
Yeah.
That's not great. That's good for a result for Leeds.
Right then, Carroll Orange finishing with a 136. Yeah, one bad game, it struggled. I'll probably see Carroll drop out of it. No, I mean, she finished 10th, so you never know. But he doesn't look promising. Paul Hewitt finished with a 177. He could see himself drop a little bit further down than top 2. If he carries on with this bit of form, Steve Coates misses that. So that's a 156, and you can pretty much say that's game over for Steve. Finishing obviously bottom seed, just scraping through on high scratch pinfall. Jeff finished with a 236 then. Good game from him. Andy Gillespie 215, good game as well. Andy really pushing, trying to make that top 8. Then Andy finished 15th. Cliff and a 179 from Kev. Martin Clementson last the ball in his second game. Finishes with a 212. And we're looking at the scores then from everywhere. Kev with that 179. Could that come back to bite him? With him being 8th spot after that at the start of the second qualifying round. One game left to play. So it is definitely all to play for that top 8 positions. Remember, after this, it goes to a match play scenario, player versus player. So it'd be 1st versus 8th, 2nd versus 7th, and so on. So as the players switch lanes, I'm gonna nip for a quick pit stop, and I'll be back for commentary in a couple of minutes' time. And I'm back. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for you lot watching this, but you've got my subtle tones again for commentary. So, as we said, after 2 games the scores have been inputted and I've just been past them here. So your top 8 as it stands in 8th position is Ned Robinson with 17-10, and you've got Kevin Lamb in 7th with 17-16, Cliff Dew in 6th with 17-22, Martin Clement in 5th with 17-55, Jeff Brown with 17.56, Paul Hewitt with 17.69, Colin Gross with 17.88, and going to the top spot, Gary Barlow with 18.22. Obviously that second game helped him out quite a lot. We didn't think of that one. I mean, we was looking at the top 2, and Gary Barlow, obviously was in 3rd place. He's got a bit of bonus as well as Gary, and he's gone and stuck to that top seed position. You've got then in 9th spot at the moment. Then the one that will just be missing out is Frank Lindsay. After getting a 249 in that last game, he's on 1680, so he needs to pick up 30 pins from somewhere on Nev Robinson. So it's a tall ask, but it is doable. If you want to ask me what I'd put my money on, that top 8 that's the top 8 at the moment, I'd probably state the top 8 barring some drastic movements. So then I'll put the scores, all the scores up on social media. If you want to have a look at them, you can see them over there. Add in the ditch, of course, is what you search up, and you'll be able to see it. If you want to have an in-depth breakdown of what people have scored in this second qualifying round and how many pins people are off certain positions, you can see it all on there. Yeah, $30 pins.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you can, yeah, but
It's doable.
you start now missing big splits, so
Yeah.
those two now missing a strike. So
Let's see what Frosty can do there. Only picking up 1 pin, as you hear, just over my shoulder. That's brave to be going that side from Jack Smith, tournament manager for the Resdev Tour. And I've got to say, I'm with him on that one. It is brave to be going that side. Obviously, you go with what you're comfortable with. You're probably only going to pick up 2 pins, and if you thought he was going to pick up the 2 there, then you go for it. But obviously, he only picks up the 1, so questions probably do have to be asked. We'll go over to the other camera. Watch Nev Robertson pick up that spare there. Nev, he's in 8th position, but he's got a 30 pin gap realistically over Frank, who is just watching ball now on lane 26. Oh yeah? Single pin missed by Colin Gross. I hope it were a 10 pin. And Ian Runacres, if you're watching, you know, we're going to have to keep account of these 10 pin misses because, you know, could potentially get to near that 100th time of him sparing it. Could be the 100th time of him missing it. You never know. You never know. Frank picking up a single pin spare. Shots of yeehaw from him after that spare. He needs something drastic. He needs to try and get a few more strikes on the cards if he needs to get into that top 8. Obviously in 9th position at the moment, but needs to pick up 30 pins on Nev Robinson, and that is a tall ask, especially when you think Nev has another 10 pins on him in terms of age bonus. Frank with 20 bonus, Nev with 30. Well, I don't know if that's, I imagine that, yeah, that's over 3 games, so the bonus has been put on for all 3 games, so yeah, he needs to pick up 30 pins on Nev. just seen Paul Oberman comment here from the post. Love how Cliff Jews rocked up for an holiday in Mansfield and stumbled into a bowling tournament. Yeah, I'd go with that. That's pretty good, pretty spot on comment. That. Watch then. Colin Gross goes for this 10 pin. That's very true. Very true. Oh. You see Steve Coates miss that single pin, then Ian Hollins do what Steve Coates couldn't do. Yep, never in doubt from Ian there. A man bowling out of full, picking up that 10 pin. As the 4 pin's been replaced, so much. Surin as he goes for this single pin on lane 26. Can he pick up the 4 pin then? Holding on it nicely, never in doubt. Picking that single pin up nice then. It's Colin Gross down rolls and bowls. Leaves the 3 pin. It's a strange leave, it was very heavy. That was Colin there though. And he's done well to pick up 9 and not pick up something a bit more drastic. As Paul Hewitt on the same pair of lanes goes and picks up a strike after a run of spares for Paul. Paul dropping from first down to third at this moment in time, so he'll be the 3rd seed. So effectively, if the scores say as it is, he would be up against Cliff Chew, the man that we've just said looks like he's rocked up for an all-day in Mansfield and ended up bowling in a tournament. It's a look, Paul. Ian Hollinson didn't really like that one by the looks of his demeanour on the foul line, but he still gets the strike, and you're going to be taking that as if you don't like it. Look at it, watch it. That's the main reason why you carry on watching your shot and you don't turn your back on it, because you end up getting a strike like that. That could be the line that you need to move to. But you see far too many bowlers turn their backs on shots that they don't like and end up getting strikes, and they're in disbelief at what they've just seen. But like you've just seen there, wasn't liked. To be fair to Ian, looked it, watched it all the way, and look what happened. He gets a strike, and that might be a line that he looks at going on forward in this game. 5 frames left to go for him. As you see Paul Hewitt match what he did in his 5th, in the 6th, getting a double on the cards for Paul. Now can Colin do the same? Hands on hips, wondering what he's meant to do. Leaves that 3 pin again, does Colin. So the batch is going to need changes, so we'll go over to the other camera then. Watch as Carol Orange goes for this 10 pin, and as she goes for this 10 pin, I'm going to change the camera battery in the other camera, so commentary will be nullified for the little time being. Jeff then. Man that is currently in 4th. Gone from 7th to 4th as Jeff looking for an easier match. Well, there's no really easy matches in this game, especially on this the Masters scenario, but yeah, looking for an easier match on paper if you're going from seeds 1 through to 8. Gary Barlow there picking up his spare. Nicely it does Gary. Obviously coming off the back of that high game in the last, puts him top spot 264 he had in that last game. He's got 32 pins on Colin Crowe, so will he stay in that top position? We will wait to find out. And by the looks of it, you'd put your money on him staying top at this moment in time, but you never know. 3 frames left to go for both players. Both of them had one open, and both of them in the 3rd frame. Colin again with another 9 on the other camera. See you later, mate.
And a to everybody out there in bowling land.
Oh, you gotta love Selwyn. You've gotta love him. What a man. Oh. Watch then Keith Hodge here. Prize funds from 9 through to 16 anyway for not qualifying, so you want to be getting bigger score as possible. Obviously get as much money as you can in your back pocket as the camera goes off. Just what you want to see. So we'll go to the other camera then and I'll sort this one out. Keith Drew then with a double on the cards from there in that 8th frame. You see Colin Gross then get a strike in the 9th, setting it up well. Gary over on lane 20 had a strike in his 8th as well. So Gary in P1 position for staying in P1 position. See Ian Hollandson, 23. That actually looks really nice from that camera angle. I went off to get YouTube up on my phone and see what the comments are here from Mr. Paul Loberman. I've seen the one on Facebook, I've not seen the ones that you've put in YouTube land. Seeing. Is it top 8 gate? Yep. Yeah, it is. The top 8 that will go through top 16 at the moment in the last game of this. But it will be the top 8 that go through, and it pretty much looks like the top 8 that are after the 2 games will advance, because there is that 30-pin buffer. If you haven't seen the scores, go over to the Facebook page and you will see them over there.
I'm just panicking.
Oh. And then shot there from Paul, leaving an 8th in his 10th frame. Gary made it 2 in the 9th over on the other camera. So Gary pretty much looks like he's going to be cementing at that top spot. Can't really see anybody going ahead of him. See what Colin Rose can do then on his last shot of this 3rd game on 182 at the moment. Can he make it 192? It's looking good. Left the 2 pins, meaning he will finish on a 190. So do you know what? We'll go over to the other camera and watch Nev and Gary, because Nev is in 8th position as it stands at the moment, and Gary Barlow is top. So we wait to see what scores they put in. Nev with a 196. It's looking good for Nev to finish in that top 8. Definitely there. Lamb. I cannot see anybody that's in the top 8 at the moment dropping out that top 8. Martin Clements leaving an open in his... Oh no, left the 9. Sorry Martin. There's a 5-pin left by Gary Barlow. Even Gary puts his hand up in the air. As Martin picks up his spare then. On 185 is Martin plus his next shot. It's Gary then going for the 5-pin. You're never going to see Gary miss a 5-pin really, are you? Scores have finished then. Paul Hewitt 187, Ian Hollins a 249. Good game from Ian, but it might be it's definitely a little too late from Ian. He will not really advance through. He had 15.56 in 8th spot, had 17.10 after 2 games, so he needed a miracle really. I mean, he did his best to get that 249, but really isn't going to advance. I can't see that happening. Cliff Dew finished with a 209. Frank Linder with a 168. So Frank realistically was the one person that he was going to say had a chance of going through. The 168 isn't going to see him go through on that one. Steve Coates had a 156. That'll be the end of the day for Steve as well. Finished then, Gary Barlow 192, 196 for Kev, 195 for Martin Clements, and I missed what Carol Orange's score was. I think it says 191. Finish for Jeff Brown 202. Good score for him. Probably will see him finish in that top 4 main spots. You'd say home advantage, but I mean there's no home advantage really, is it, in bowling, but that's your main spots for qualifying. Frosty then, final shot for him. You might as well say it's his final shot of the day. Realistically, for him to go through, you would have had to have seen him strike out there. He needed 30 pins. Well, he needed 36 pins on Kev Lamb, who was sat in 7th going into this, and Kev finishing with a 180 and Frosty finishes with a 193. So that's it then for the 3 games in this qualifying second round. Scores are being passed off to Jack. He's getting them in the computer, and I'll give you the top 8 over on the Facebook once we have them. So if you stay tuned over there, you will see them on right in the ditch over on the Facebook channel. So stay tuned for that one. But until we start with the second round, with the knockout rounds, where first we'll play 8, second we'll play 7th, and so on. You know, the match play phase, as you can hear on the microphone above. But yeah, until then, we'll give you that one live. But until then, it is goodbye.